I found something that is more powerful than the law of attraction. And this explains why a lot of the law of attraction may not work for people. People may have intentions, they may set affirmations, they may be doing things that reprogram their mind, but if they don't experience the results, many times this is the key. Now, when it comes to this, think of the process that's more powerful. It's snowing right now in Sedona, by the way. So I was like, okay, I'm going to film the video outside rather than inside. It's nice being here. There's seasons in Sedona. There's no seasons in Vegas. It doesn't snow like this in Vegas. It did one time when I was younger, but or a couple times, but that's it. The law of subtraction. The law of subtraction is that the degree to which you can let go is the degree to which you will receive. Now, the challenge with a lot of people having and wanting to attract what they want is they think of what they want. They think of what they want, and the challenge is that they haven't let go of something to then allow that thing in. Imagine this. Imagine that you want imagine that you want new clothes. I'm going to go over to my closet right now. Imagine you want new clothes, and imagine that your closet is so stuffed full that you don't even have space for new clothes. So what happens is we're saying to ourselves, this is my closet right here. So let's say that it's completely full of stuff. Like it's not, so you have to imagine. But imagine that it's just stuffed of stuff everywhere. It looks like this everywhere you go. And there's literally no room for anything new. Well, in a way, energetically, I don't even have the space for it. So what happens is I'm blocking those things from coming into my life because I'm not willing to let go of certain things that are here. So when you think of this, the law of subtraction is that when you let go, and especially like of clothes that no longer serve you, that you're never going to wear again, then what you do is you allow space to come in to create something new. So think of it like this as well. If you want to create for yourself and go full-time doing what you love, when I used to work that 9-to-5 job selling women's shoes, it was challenging for me to let go of that because of the safety I got from selling shoes for so many years. I made $50-60K a year. I was happy with that, but at the same, I wasn't really happy with that. I knew I was meant for more, and I was comfortable though. I knew what was coming in every month, and I felt safe with that because I like to make at least that amount. So the challenge, though, is that I saw myself as a 9-to-5 job goer. I was bought into that, and even though I knew I wanted to be on YouTube making videos, it was hard for me to actually make that jump because my cup was already full. I wasn't letting go of the prior self-image. So that's why for this process, the law of subtraction is that when you let go of something, then you can allow something new to come in. Then you can receive. But the first thing is you must become aware of it and then let it go. Now, this doesn't mean that if you want to go full-time doing what you love, that you have to quit your job right away and let that go. What it means, though, is you have to let go. Dang. Yeah, a little bit ago. This is pretty crazy, right? Wow. It's just, it's getting more and more snowy. But it's about becoming aware and letting go of the self-image you have to then wire in a new self-image. So it's all about the name of the game with the law of attraction. It's letting go and wiring in. Now, I will tell you that when you let go of outcome, you allow way more magical things to come into your life. When I was originally getting on YouTube and I was obsessive about numbers, I was like trying to manifest 100,000, then 1 million subscribers, and I was so focused on that, it took the passion out of what I was doing first off. Because then I wasn't doing something because I enjoyed it, I was doing it because of the results. I was doing it it's like when people do things for money versus doing it because you're passionate. It's a very different energy. It's rare that I'd say that a lot of people get on YouTube that just want subscribers that do well. There must also be an intention of helping people or of something that you're passionate about. So when it comes to this, what I realized is that I had to let go of the prior version of myself, and I then could wire in me making daily videos, me taking action in that way. But if you don't allow space for it, there's no way that can actually come in. Now, when I was talking about the numbers of YouTube, that's where I was going with that. So When I would assess out the numbers and if I'd want videos to go viral, because I'm trying to control it, I would resist it. It wouldn't actually do well. The times I would actually let go and really let go of outcome are when amazing things would happen. I remember one time I was making a video on starseeds. I was really scared to put that video out because it was so out of the normal videos I was making, but I just let go of caring what people thought. I was passionate about making the video, and I just let it go. When I let it go, that video brought in, I think we went from like 500,000 to 700,000 subs within a couple months. And that topic started doing really well on my channel. And it came from letting go of what other people thought and also letting go of the outcome. I was like, whatever happens with this style of videos is what happens. But in every area of my life, when I have let go of the outcome, when I have let go of attachment, and that has been the trigger point to allowing new and more amazing things in. So also it's I let go of that job, allowed something new to come in. It wasn't even I let go of the job, I let go of my reaction to it. I was watching something the other day, and it talked about how forgiveness, what really forgiveness is forgiveness is a letting go of meaning. So imagine the thoughts you're thinking that you're given a lot of power. If you forgive someone else, you're letting go of the meaning that somebody else did something bad to you. You let go of that energy pattern. When I forgave my ex-stepmom back in 2012, the people in my life that were reflective of the old pattern of my ex-stepmom also left. I had a manager that was just like my ex-stepmom. Couldn't get her fired for years, and all of a sudden she got fired. It's because I forgave my ex-stepmom. I realized that she didn't know what she was doing. She was just acting out the patterns of her dad. And because I forgave her, I let go of that meaning then left my life. So when we talk about the law of subtraction, it is about letting go of outcome. It is about letting go of attachment. It is about letting go of meaning and forgiving. That's why Ho'oponopono could be such a powerful process. I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you, I love you. Four simple words. It's letting go of meaning. It's letting go of the need to be right. So for this process, the more empty you become, the more you will allow in. A lot of times we hold on to things because by holding on to it, we feel secure. We feel safe. The challenge with that, though, is that we may feel safe, but we may be continuing to create the same things over and over again. If you think the same thoughts every day, feel the same emotions every day, and do the same things every day, you get the same results. That might feel safe, but the key to this is letting go of that old identity, that way of viewing yourself, and then being more present to the moment, doing things for an end of itself. But if you let go of outcome, you are allowing the universe to bring it to you. Imagine the universe could bring something even more amazing to you, but you're limiting it because your ego mind is trying to control every aspect of it. But when you let go and you become empty, it is phenomenal the kind of things that come in. Anytime I've been like trying to control things, feeling a lot of resistance, and then I let go, is big influx just comes in. It is incredible. But the key to this is letting go more than anything else. So what is the law of subtraction? It is realizing that the reason it's hard for you to wire something in is because you haven't actually let go of the old first. You haven't let go of the old self-image, the old story. Maybe you have a story that says, I'm not abundant, or I don't deserve this. You got to let this go to then allow in. It's like going into a closet that is stuffed, packed full, and then wanting to receive new clothes, but having nowhere to put them. So why would the universe send it to you? But instead, if you start letting go of the clothes, and some of those clothes will have meaning to you, but you have to realize that maybe the meaning no longer serves you. You can say, well, this person gave me this shirt, even though this shirt is something that reminds you of something very negative or something else, and then there's trouble letting that go. It's because of the reasons that keep you attached. Letting go is easy. You just have to make the choice to do it. You have to let go of the meaning you've given to, maybe your parents gave you hand-me-down clothes, and that's been keeping you in a certain reality. Now, of course, this is a metaphor for beliefs, but realize that when you make room and you clear out your closet, you can then allow something new to come in. And one of the best ways to clear that out is a simple 4-step process called Ho'oponopono. I have a video on it with an exercise. You do that for 21 days. Watch what happens. You can do that towards any area of your life, towards love, towards abundance, towards anything, money. As you do it, what you notice is that you begin to feel lighter. And as you feel lighter, you feel more empty. You feel more empty in a good way. And then you allow and you receive in a very powerful way. I'm just going to be honest and share the way that I view the law of attraction now versus how I viewed the law of attraction back in 2017 when I was making daily videos on it. Now, first off, back in 2017, I started to make daily videos. The channel, the YouTube channel, did not start as a law of attraction channel. It started just as me sharing the ideas I was working with and the ideas I was learning. And years prior to that, I saw the movie The Secret. My mom made me watch it. Didn't want to watch it, watched it, and I was like, there's something about this that just resonates. And then what happened is I started to apply those ideas at a 9-to-5 job I had where I was selling women's shoes, and every day I went in, it was commission, and I started at zero. So I would be able to see every single day the kind of response that I would get, whether I had fun energy, whether I was serious about my goals, whether I had a certain goal, whether my intention was adding value, connecting with other people. I would be able to see the difference between the energy dynamic I had and the kind of results that I got. And I learned a lot in that process. So I would share those on my YouTube channel, and after making videos daily for about a year, I became coined as a law of attraction YouTuber. I would go out, I'd hear that or see that on social media a lot. I'd go do live events and people would kind of refer to me as that. And it didn't really bother me or anything, but you may have noticed that on my YouTube channel, it's probably been 6 months to a year since I've even made a law of attraction video. Now, I guess you could say that some videos I make have a law of attraction type spin, or I'm talking about like, attracting love and not chasing. I'm more interested now in the energy dynamics of things than I am just like the stereotypical law of attraction things that I used to teach. Now, I want to share with you in this video the way that I view the law of attraction now and how it's kind of evolved. And I want to do that because I want to be honest with you guys, one of the reasons I haven't made law of attraction videos as much is because I think that what most people need to hear is not what maybe they've been hearing for a long time. Because back in 2017, when I was working that 9-to-5 job, I was studying and just focused on thoughts. I was focused on thinking. And I would focus on thinking better thoughts. And I would sit on my couch and I would think and visualize what I wanted to experience. I would visualize me traveling the world or doing live events, or me on YouTube and me working from home and not having to have some 9-to-5 job that I didn't enjoy. And I would visualize it and I would imagine it, but for some reason I just felt blocked. I wouldn't actually take action. I stayed there, and I stayed there for like 8 months, just thinking and thinking and thinking. And to be honest with you guys, the thing that really triggered me from going to creating my dream life, from going from a 9-to-5 job of doing what I didn't enjoy, to me actually living my purpose, making videos, traveling the world, living a life of an abundance, the key that made the difference wasn't just the thoughts. It was changing my inner vibration. And it was changing my outer vibration. It was me taking action. I know many people don't like to hear that, but when you're doing what you're passionate about, action is not hard to do. When you're doing what you're passionate about, you don't mind even having to learn aspects that maybe you never thought you had to learn. If you look at this in the form of vibration, I was living the vibration of working a 9-to-5 job, going to work every day, complaining to other people that I worked with about how slow it was because retail was dying out. And my thoughts, my emotions, and my actions were equal to that reality. Now notice it's thoughts, emotions, and actions. Action, it was the missing key for me. I didn't want to take action. I thought action was low vibration. I thought action was like resistance. But I had to push through resistance to create my dream life of me doing what I'm doing now. That pressure, that resistance of me making videos every day when it wasn't always easy. Making videos when I would get home from work at midnight, make a video, edit a video, schedule a video to go out, and then go to work the next day and then get up early in the morning to do it all over again. It wasn't always easy. But I had a vision. The thoughts, the emotion, and the action that I was doing every single day began to compound over time. So I always say this, but in order for you to really bridge the reality of what you desire or what you want to experience to what you are experiencing is, first off, you got to be brutally honest with yourself. Where are you? Maybe what you've created or you've attracted into your life is a direct reflection of what you don't want, and you got to be honest with yourself there. And it's sometimes harsh. I was like, I'm working a 9-to-5 job I don't like. I've been here for 10 years. You guys know that? I worked and sold women's shoes for 8 or 9, 10 years. Something like that. And I wasn't passionate about it. No, I think 10 years. When I was 18 years old until I was about 28. I was not passionate about it, but I did it because it made decent money. Now, what happened is once I became aware and I woke up to that, you want to know something that really helped me move out of that vibration? I got and looked at the pain. I worked with 2 or 3 other people that were like 30 years older than me, and they hated it there. But they worked there because it made money and they were so used to it, and that's all they knew. And I thought to myself, if I'm here for 30 years, I'm going to go insane. I use that as pain and leverage for me to then make the choice. Really, the key to you creating your dream reality is first off, becoming aware of what that is. That's the first step. Secondly, get pain and leverage for you to then take the action to then make the choice to wire in a new reality, to wire in a new version of you so that you're thinking, feeling, and acting or being this version of you. Now, the missing key for a lot of the law of attraction is many people aren't being it. Part of being it is taking action. But you first have to become aware of what that is. Now, for me, I became aware of the version of me making daily videos would be the version of me that would have a completely different reality if I did that for a year. So I committed to daily videos. Now, another aspect of that is I had to learn internet marketing. I had to learn how to market thumbnails. I had to learn graphic design. I had to learn how to edit. I had to learn these things I didn't necessarily enjoy, but it was a part of the vibration of the reality of me going full time. And then once I did it, I then found people that I could then pay to do it once I had the abundance coming in. But the reason I'm making this video is because it's not just thoughts. It's not just thoughts. It's also vibration. And vibration has to do with also action. One of the ways we translate and we communicate in this physical reality is through action. And some people will say, well, that sounds low vibration. Well, there is a vibration to taking action that can be high vibration. Vibration is not inherently low or high vibe. It depends on what you're doing. And even though I'm not passionate about editing videos and certain things, the end result of me putting videos out that helps people was a high vibrational, passionate thing that comes from my heart. So the thing and the missing key and the thing that I think so many people need to hear is this is not just about thoughts. Even if you look at that, I've kind of shared this thing before where it goes beliefs, feelings, thoughts, actions, results, beliefs. Now, part of beliefs is to shift your beliefs. I found that taking action is a way of breaking out of the rigidness of one reality. When I started taking action every single day of making videos, it wasn't just that action got me better results. It was that started to change my self-image. I started to see myself as a full-time YouTuber. I started to see myself as a hard worker. Hard worker sounds low vibe, but guess what? That was a different, it's in vibrational reality than me working the 9-to-5 job, than me doing and going after what I'm passionate about. So get leverage. Be aware of what this reality is. Get leverage by realizing that if you stay where you are, you're going to continue to get what you got. And then make the choice. It really is just a choice. And when you make the choice, you are then taking action, and you're not doing it because it's going to get you a certain result. This is a very important factor when it comes to the law of attraction. If you're doing things to escape where you are, it's emphasizing that where you are is not good already. It's one of the biggest things that I think keeps people stuck. Now, instead, if you're taking action because this is who you choose to be, it is an end of itself. That's the difference. I was making videos. A side effect of that was videos started to grow. I started to get momentum. I then put my 2 weeks in at the job I had, and I was able to quit. But the real reason I was doing that is because this is who I prefer to be. I don't prefer to any longer live as a 9-to-5 job goer complaining about this work and how slow it is and dealing with corporate politics. There were times I got pulled into the office, I got talked down to like I was a little kid by upper management. There was a time I got told that if I ever said the word belly button again, I'd get fired. True story. I think I have a podcast where I talk about that or something. Or maybe I'll make a whole video on the belly button story. But we used to say this word belly button. It was so dumb, but we would say it in conversation with people without them knowing to see like how we could get away, and it would loosen up the vibe and it was fun. And then one of the coworkers took it too far, and it was like this thing to where we were told if we ever said the word again, we would get fired. And one time I got caught being on my phone and it was really slow at this job, selling women's shoes. It was really slow. So we'd have one person on the sales floor, and one of us would go in the back, because sometimes you wouldn't see a customer for 3 hours. So one of us would go in the back and be on our phone. I'd go on my phone, and one time the upper management and the store manager and the department manager made me watch a video of myself on my phone for like 15 minutes, and I was like, okay, I get the point. And they're like, no, keep watching it. This is gonna wire it in. And I'm like, in that moment, it was so demeaning, so devaluing, that I decided that I'll never work. That was the pain that then made me decide I don't ever want to work for people like this again. I need to figure something else out. And that pain then led me to make the choice to go and to make videos every single day, no matter what, on YouTube until I'm a YouTuber. But that's a vibration. It did involve taking action. It involved me learning marketing. It involved me learning graphic design. It involved me looking at editing. So the thing that I encourage you to do is to look at your current reality. Identify the version of you doing what you love. Start to visualize that, but then start to be it. Start to bridge it vibrationally. That includes taking action, and it's okay. Realize there may be some resistance. That resistance is the difference, because this vibration just wants you to remain the same. It's safe for you to go to a 9-to-5 job. It's safe for you to be around your coworkers. It's safe for you to do what you've always known. It is not safe for you to step into the unknown. And not only that, but that's how it will try to get you to stay where you are. Realize that taking action will be sometimes a little bit resistance. I had to stay up late making videos. I had to learn things I didn't necessarily want to learn, but I did, and it was worth it, because now I live the life of my dreams. I do what I love, and I don't have to make law of attraction videos if I don't want to. And one of the reasons I don't do it is because I think sometimes it sounds harsh, but I believe it to be true. It's your vibration that must change, not just your thoughts, not thinking of better thoughts, not sitting on the couch. All right, now in this video, I'm gonna be showing you who wins when we're looking at belief systems versus the law of attraction. I'm gonna show you exactly which route to take and which will make the most profound change in your life. Now in this video, I'm gonna be sharing with you more about understanding how you create your own reality. And not only how you create your own reality, but how you can go about making inner change in your own life. And many times the missing key to you attracting what you want. Because a lot of times what happens is we learn something, and then we learn it, and then we begin to apply it, and then we get a certain result in life. Now what happens is sometimes there are these things that are unconscious that we're not aware of. And when there's things that are unconscious we're not aware of, we may be experiencing resistance. We may be experiencing self-sabotage, blocks that come up. And all that is that's an unawareness of certain things that are running the show, certain things that are on autopilot. Now, when the movie The Secret first came out, on the law of attraction, there was this understanding that we create our own reality, that we can attract that which we want based on our own thoughts. Now, when we're talking about which is more powerful between that of the law of attraction, which is that we attract that which we are thinking about, but we could even say that the law of attraction maybe isn't just what we're thinking about, but it's also who we are. I've said before in many of my prior videos that we don't always get in life that which we want, because that which we want, we are vibrationally saying we don't currently have. But it could be that we get in life that which we are. We get in life that which is equal to who we are showing up as, the story that we tell ourselves about who we are, the consistent thoughts, feelings, and emotions we have. And when we change at that level, that's when reality really begins to change. So you can think of a Lamborghini all you want. You can think of a relationship all you want. But do you believe that you deserve a Lamborghini? Do you believe that you deserve a relationship? Are you the kind of person that is giving and exuding a certain amount of love that then people want to be around? Are you the kind of person that adds so much value into the world that people are willing to give you in exchange the abundance back, to where then you could go and be the kind of person that has something called a Lamborghini? You see, these are shifts that make all the difference. Now here's the thing. If you don't believe you deserve it, if you don't believe it's possible for you, then you won't experience it anyways, no matter how much you want to attract it, no matter how much you focus on it. And I've experienced a lot of resistance before, especially early on when I was learning about the law of attraction, by just focusing on certain goals. Here's something I realized though. I used to have that 9-to-5 job selling women's shoes at Nordstrom's. I first learned about the law of attraction. I started to get better results almost immediately. I started realizing, well, if I focus on these certain goals, if I focus on having a certain goal of like, selling a certain amount per day. I went in every day, you start at 0 because it's a commission-based job. I got a percentage of the amount of shoes that I sold. And every day I'd start at 0 and I would go in and I would see a direct correlation between what I was thinking, feeling, and experiencing. Now, a huge change happened when I made this one little shift. What I realized is every day I would go into work and the top sales employees from the day before, there'd be a list of every sales employee in the department from the day before and how much they sold. And you could go in and see, oh, this person sold this much. And it's a little bit, maybe it was a little bit intrusive. You could kind of, you could be able to see how much money people were making. But it was part of like the competition. I don't know. It's part of the experience of knowing where you compare to other people. So I'd go in every day. And I used to always see myself as the kind of person that was right in the middle. I wasn't that passionate about selling shoes, but I saw myself in the middle, and I wasn't also like one of the, I was just right in the middle, sometimes towards the top, but right about there. Well, something happened. I became aware of how our self-image controls our life, the way we see ourselves. The way we see ourselves is on a cybernetic. Cybernetic means it always reverts back down to the base point. So for example, there's like a thermometer somewhere over here that like shows the temperature of this room, and there's an AC unit, and if you were to turn up the AC or down the AC, either the heater would turn on or the AC would turn on, probably just the AC here, because we're in Costa Rica right now, and it would moderate it back to that set point. Well, if you see yourselves as the kind of person that's in the middle of this list of people every day when you check your numbers, then that's on autopilot. Now what I did is I became aware of that, and then what I did is I started to simply believe that I was somebody that was the kind of person, my identity is, I'm somebody that's at the top. Not that everyone else is, lower or not as good as me, but I just started I started seeing myself as this best version of me that was just like a top salesperson. And guess what happened? Within days, I was consistently a top salesperson because I changed my belief about who I am. So that's when things really began to change, is when I changed my belief. So maybe you view yourself as somebody that's like, it's hard to lose weight. It's hard for you to be at the ideal body image. It's hard for you to attract love in relationships. You don't view yourself as worthy of it. You don't view yourself as the kind, if you believe you can only make $50,000 a year, your thoughts, your emotions, and your actions will be equal to you making $50,000 per year. You see? But when you change your beliefs, you then change your life. When you change the way you see yourself, you then will find that naturally you'll have certain thoughts, certain emotions, certain feelings that are equal to that new way that you see yourself. So that's where my life has changed the most, is changing my beliefs about who I am. And the way you do that is you simply become aware of the beliefs you currently have about who you currently are, and the way that you're currently showing up in the world. I used to have a belief that I had to work a 9-to-5 job. I used to have a belief that I wasn't worthy of love. I used to have a belief that, it was hard for me to be at my ideal body weight. And because of that, it was a resistance. It was lots of struggle. A lot of blocks, a lot of self-sabotage. Feeling like I'm not worthy, feeling like it's not working. This whole law of attraction thing that I've learned, it's like it's not really working for me. Why not? Why am I focused on what I want? Which, remember, what we want, we are vibrationally saying we don't currently have it. We lack it in the present moment right now. Rather than knowing you can wire in any emotion, any story, any way of being, giving yourself permission to be the way that you want. You can give yourself permission now. And by giving yourself permission now, you'll find that your life begins to change in a very powerful way. But the key to this whole process is understanding that the way it works, let's look at this, the law of attraction, which normally means thoughts. When people normally say the law of attraction, it depends upon the way that you relate to the idea of the law of attraction. Most people will think of the law of attraction as your thoughts create your reality. However, let's look at this. This is the way it works. We have our beliefs. And then after our beliefs, we have our feelings. Beliefs generate feelings. You must first believe something to be true to generate a feeling. For example, if you believe that losing your job is horrible, you'll feel negative emotion. If you believe leaving your job and getting fired is the best thing ever because you didn't even care about that job, then you'll feel positive emotion. If you believe that it raining today is horrible, then you'll feel sad about it. If you believe that it raining is awesome, because you want water and you love the feeling of that, then you'll feel amazing. Beliefs then stem feelings. From feelings, you then will have certain thoughts. I used to think it was the other way around. It's like, no, thoughts then come feelings. No, feelings generate from the meanings we give, which are beliefs. Meanings are beliefs. Then in that state, we think of many of the thoughts that we have are going to be equal to that. So for example, Tony Robbins talks a lot about change your state. Change your state, you change your life. You want to be in a good state. And when you're in a good state, guess what? You change your feeling. When you're in a good feeling, then your thoughts are easier. You have more access. Think of it like when you think certain thoughts, you're in a certain frequency. No, when you feel certain emotions, when you feel a certain way, you're in a certain frequency, and then it's very easy for you to think thoughts that are equal to that frequency. It's almost like you have access to thoughts that are equal to it. So if you're feeling good, you'll find more reasons to feel good. You'll think thoughts that make you feel good. You'll think of gratitude. You'll find people that also resonate with that level of gratitude. It works all the way around. So you have beliefs, you have feelings, then you have thoughts. The thoughts that you have. So thoughts that are equal to the feelings you have, which are generated from the meanings you give things. So you have beliefs, feelings, thoughts. After thoughts, you have action. Action. Thoughts, and then what happens is as you're acting in a certain way, as you're doing certain things, many times it'll help you get to a certain state. And then from those actions then come results. So think of it like there's an arrow going from beliefs to feelings, an arrow from feelings to thoughts, an arrow from thoughts to actions, an arrow from actions to results, and then an arrow from results to beliefs, because then it reaffirms those beliefs. So when we're talking about belief systems, understand who wins, the law of attraction versus belief systems. Well, that's the thing, is you can think all you want about a Lamborghini, you can think all you want about being in the perfect relationship, and maybe you think so much about it that you change the meanings to certain things and you start to change your beliefs. But what happens is, unless you change your beliefs, those things can't come into your life. They are vibrationally locked from coming into your experience, because remember, how you think, feel, and act is reflected back to you. And if you're being the kind of person that's not worthy, if you're being the kind of person that can only make a limited amount of money per year, if you're being the kind of person that doesn't believe you're worthy of success or happiness or any of these emotions, then everything in your reality will be equal to that, and it won't come into your life. So the key, and sometimes when people say law of attraction, I mean the feeling, but many times I see 99% of the time, most people don't focus on their own beliefs. Now here's something else. Do you believe that it is hard to change? What are your beliefs about beliefs? Because many times I'll show a certain process that is super powerful. I've seen people transform their lives by changing their beliefs. You change your beliefs, you change your life. But if you have a belief that it is hard to change, that in order to get in your subconscious mind, you got to do years of transformational work, you need to go to years of therapy, you need years of all of these kinds of help, then that may be what's holding you back, because you believe you have to go through a dark night of the soul. You believe that things have to be difficult. You believe it can't just be that easy. But when you become aware of your beliefs about beliefs, that's where things really begin to change. Here's the thing too. Every moment, you're changing. Every moment, you're changing. Every moment, you're changing. But many people change to the same things over and over and over again because of their beliefs about who they are, and that the process has to be hard, and that things just are that way. But when you challenge your beliefs, when you challenge who you are, and you realize the truth is, and quantum physics is showing us, is that every moment is a completely new moment. Our cells are dying and being reborn every second, but they continue to recreate themselves in the way that we've been in the past. So that's on autopilot. So we are powerfully recreating the old illusions over and over and over again based on our level of identity. But when you become aware of that, that's when things can begin to change, and you realize that you're recreating yourself every moment anyways. But do you want to recreate yourself to be the past version of you, or do you want to recreate yourself to be new, to be new, to be new, to be new? You're changing regardless, but you might just be changing to be more of the same story, the same identity. The key to this process is becoming aware of your beliefs about who you are, because the story that you consistently tell yourself is what's got you locked into a certain bandwidth of information, a certain vibrational state of consciousness, a certain type of reality. If you want to change your life, you have to change your beliefs about who you are. You have to realize you're worthy of having that relationship. You're worthy of having the love in your life. You're worthy of having the abundance in your life. You're worthy of doing what you love for a living. You're worthy of having that ideal body image. You're worthy of all of this. But you might have beliefs that say you're not worthy, because people in your past didn't feel worthy and they gave you those beliefs. Society gave you those beliefs. Family members gave you those beliefs because they didn't know. They didn't know that they were on autopilot. They didn't know they were thrusting their beliefs on you. For they know not what they do. They didn't know. That's all. You don't have to be mad at them. You may have absorbed the beliefs that you're not abundant from your mom or your dad. You may have absorbed the beliefs, I've seen my dad go through 2 divorces. And because of that, there's beliefs that I may have that hold me from thinking that that kind of thing is scary. That love is something like that could be really, really painful like that. So I don't want the relationship stuff, don't want stuff like that. Those are just beliefs though. And when you see it as a belief, that's when your life can begin to change. But one thing I would really encourage you to do is to become aware of your beliefs about who you are, your beliefs about what kind of money you can make, your beliefs about the kind of relationship you're in, the beliefs about how much you can enjoy your life. Become aware of those beliefs and then see them for what they are. Just beliefs. Things you make, meanings you gave to the past. Belief is meaning. Meanings you gave to the past that you thought, this is who I am. And because of that, it was on autopilot. Then you become aware of it, that's when it changes. 90% of transformation is awareness. Becoming aware of the old patterns. Becoming aware of the old beliefs. Becoming aware of the old stories you tell yourself. And guess what? Become aware of it. That's when your life changes, because then you see it for what it is. Just a belief. But if you want to change your life, don't do it from the level of thought. Don't do it from even the level of feeling. Do it from the level of belief, of identity, of who you are. One of the strongest transformations you will ever have in your life is becoming aware that even this ego story that you may tell yourself isn't who you are. You'll realize you are an eternal spiritual being, having a temporary human experience. You go beyond identity itself. That's the most powerful transformation you can have. And you have that transformation as you start to realize who you are not. And I'll tell you, you're not your painful past. You're not what your friends or your family thinks about you. You are not the limitations you have. You are not the beliefs even. You are an eternal spiritual being of love, of light. You may have forgotten that. When we come into this reality, we forget that's who we are, because part of the game, part of this illusion is remembering who we are. But here's the thing, once you become aware that this is a game, once you become aware of that, it becomes so much more flexible, so much more fun, so much more easy. And then you realize, well, why am I going to continue to create this resistant story? Why am I going to continue to create from this limitation? And then what you say is, well, this looks a little bit better. And then you'll start being this new way. And then eventually, you'll go beyond that. And you'll just continue to redefine yourself, to let go of the old layers, to let go of the old beliefs. And to realize at the core, you are beyond all of this. But if you're going to play the game of separation, which is what we're playing, we can start to realize we're all unity, we're all connected. What you can begin to do is do it with awareness. Do it with awareness. So we're talking about belief systems versus thoughts. Belief systems always win, because from the meanings we give things in our life, from our level of identity, then spawns the feelings we have, then spawns the thoughts we have. Thoughts is 3 in. Think about that. Thoughts is 3 levels down. It's not this. Thoughts are much more surface. Beliefs, identity is where transformation happens. This video right here, this is one of the most powerful videos that I made, and I highly recommend that you watch it because it'll help you with what you learned in this video. Today, I'm going to be sharing with you the 5 things and 5 ways you can apply not giving a fuck to raise your vibration. And this has been a game changer